Hello,
Hi Simon.
how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Very good, thanks. How do I pronounce your name?
Nacho.
Nacho. That's what
Yeah.
I thought, but I wasn't sure. Nacho, where are you from?
Madrid, Spain?
Madrid, so it's a little late in the evening.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
What's the weather like in Madrid?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's, it's sunny and it's not very cold. It's around 10, 15 degrees.
Wow. See, this is what it's like for me right now.
So Aurora, what is it?
That's in Canada.
Okay.
So it's, but tonight, no, tomorrow night, it's supposed to, look at this, it's supposed to go down to minus 19.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, very cold.
Yes. Good adjective. Yeah, very, very, very cold indeed. Well, welcome to my class. So as you can tell, I'm from Canada, and I've been teaching here for a while at Verbling, but I haven't been around for much of the last year. I had a baby,
Oh, cool.
and
Congratulations.
thank you. It took a lot of work,
Yeah.
so I didn't have a lot of time to teach, but I'm back now. Classes I like to teach are classes where we do a little bit of grammar, we work on pronunciation a little bit, and we have some conversation. And today's class is going to practice describing things. I like to use the word adjective. It's a great word to describe something. But yeah, to describe something, we do have to use a lot of adjectives sometimes. So that's the
Mhm.
purpose of today's class, and to have a bit of fun as well.
Cool.
Alexander, the cat, hello.
Hi.
You have big feet or big paws.
Yeah, it's my cat, and yes, I I took this photo with these big slippers, and it looks pretty scary, yeah.
Well, no.
It looks cute, I know.
It looks very, very, very cute. Yeah. I don't think anybody would think that would be a quarrelsome cat. Um, it's very cute, but the shoes or paws are very ridiculous. But that's what makes it so funny. Notice how I'm already using adjectives.
Yes, I already noted that, and it's great.
Excellent.
I I'm interested in that, and I hope you can teach us.
Oh, I am. As long as you're agreeable. I know I dropped another adjective. Alexander, what country are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Oh, Russia. Wonderful. I kind of think of Canada and Russia as cousins.
Oh yeah, because we have the same weather and
We
uh,
have a lot in common.
yeah, and yes, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah. Now, what part of Russia are you in, the north or the south?
Uh, the central part of Russia. Ah, I'm sorry, no,
Okay.
north part of Russia. I made a mistake.
So it's cold.
I'm from St. Petersburg. Not so cold. It's around zero.
You're lucky. We've been the warmest it's been around here for weeks has been about minus 14 as a high.
Oh, I don't know. Some days ago, there was sorry around maybe minus 20.
It dropped to minus 20. Wow, that is what we call bone chillingly cold or bone chilling
Bone
cold.
chilling. Can
Yeah, it is.
you post this down?
Or just say bone chilling. Like it's cold
Bone
to the
chilling.
bone.
Ah,
Right?
cold.
So it's so cold that it's almost as though we have nothing on us, just our bones. It's very cold. British weather's like that. It doesn't get very cold in Britain, but it's very damp. Kind of like what it's like in Russia and Canada just before winter starts. It gets very damp and cold.
Yes, and especially in St. Petersburg, yeah, there are a lot
Yeah.
of post participations and stuff.
Well, Terrific, Alexander. I'm glad to have you here. I want to do some more introductions, introduce myself to everybody, and find out a little bit about you guys. This is an advanced level class, so I won't speak too fast, but I won't go very slowly either. So I see we also have Jose. Hello, Jose.
Hello, Simon. How are
Jose,
you?
I'm very well, thanks, Jose. Where are you
Yes.
from?
I'm from Spain.
I
I'm
didn't
from
hear that.
Spain.
Oh, from
From
Spain. So we have two
from Spain.
Spaniards with us.
Yes, yes. I live in Valencia.
Valencia, very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't had many South Americans yet. We've got a lot of Europeans in the class, and being
Yes.
from Russia, Russia's a European country too. It's a European and Asian country. A
Yes.
very big country.
Adela live in the same city than me. Adela lives in the same city than me.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I think the more important thing is that you live there. That's
Yes.
more important. All right. Well, let's see Adela. Hello, Adela.
Hello, Simon.
It's been a
How-
while.
How are you today?
I'm very well. You look so much younger now. You look like you're only
Yes,
5.
yes. It's a surgery. It's aesthetic, no?
Cute
Surgery.
little child.
You put a name childhood picture. You are very younger. It's not necessary to go to the surgery.
Well, I think
Aesthetic.
sometimes the avatar we choose could be for any number of reasons. But yes, that is such a young child, a black and white photo, a very radiant looking young child, a very happy. More adjectives. Well, Adela, why don't you tell everybody where you're from? Adela has been a student of mine for some time, and I thank you for coming back. But Adela, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Spain. I live in Valencia, same to Jose. Yes. And I am a teacher.
And what do you teach?
I am biologist. I teach different subjects about environment and natural resources.
Oh, so what we would call an environmental scientist?
It's about forestry environment, but exactly about forestry management.
Okay, excellent. Well, you know, that's very important, isn't it? Very important. Well, guys, I want to have a bit of fun. To me, learning is more effective when we have fun. Sorry, I have to interrupt the class because another old student of mine, Raphael, is back with us. Raphael, I'd like to say hello to you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Simon. Long time. Long time to see you.
I know, as I was telling everybody, I had a baby about a year ago, and I did not have any free time. I tried teaching, and I just had to stop. So I'm back. I was only able to book one class because I'm kind of at the bottom again, so I will be booking more classes, especially this month. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Raphael, remind everybody where you're from. You're one of the few students here with us from South America today.
Yes, I'm from Brazil. I'm from Rio, actually, and I've been studying verbally for 1 year and a half. 1.5 years.
1.5 years. A long time. So almost when I started teaching on verbally.
Yes, I think so. It was a long time.
Terrific. And we also have somebody else joining us, Simone. Hello, Simone. Or should I say bonjour, ça va? Looks like you've got the Eiffel Tower in the background. Well, guys, what I've done is I've started off by pasting a whole bunch of adjectives starting with the letter S. Can you guys see those? It's using the VerbLink chat. It's a little different than when I taught before, but can everybody see the VerbLink chat where I just pasted
Yes.
the words? Okay. So what I'm going to do very shortly is I'm going to share out an image. For those of you who haven't played this game before, what we do is we take turns describing what we see. The words that I've thrown up there are kind of a way to start off. Okay? Try to use one of those words, but you don't have to. Also, what I recommend is, as one student is talking, listen to the adjectives they're saying. Don't just wait for your turn, because if you do that, you're not going to learn as much. Listen to what they're saying. Okay, so here's, let's see, which image should I use first? Oh, I got to get a bigger image than that. Let me just grab a bigger image. There we go, that's better. No, it isn't. Oh, well, I'll just have to work with the images I've got. So let's see, sharing. So we have this image here. And Adela, why don't we start with you? Describe something about this image using adjectives.
Yes, it's a very modern shopping. I think the structure are stable, but very light, because the glass is maybe glass and azure is a little sophisticated, and maybe people walk slow because look the different shops.
Okay, so let me stop you there. Let's take a look at some of the things you said. You started off by describing the structure. Now, I added a few words here. You said shopping, right? Shopping. We would call it a modern shopping center, which is a little bit vague. But in North America, probably in England as well, we call it a mall. Okay, so a shopping mall or just mall.
Okay.
Yeah, mall is kind of a strange word. It's mall.
Mall. It's
Even when I say it, it just sounds weird. M-A-L-L. So if you look at the VerbLink chat, as you guys are talking, I'm going to do my best to type out what you guys say. So you refer to it as a stable structure, and one of the other things you said, and listen to this, I edited things a little bit, but it's a sophisticated modern design. So we're talking about the design, and sophisticated and modern describe it. Full of glass windows. Well, we could just say full of glass, but in this case, full of glass windows. Glass describes the windows.
Okay.
Excellent, Adela. Good start. Alexander, do you want to work with this image? Do you have something to add, or would you like me to pick a different image?
Well, actually, I think Adela described everything that I've been thinking about.
Okay. So how about I find a different image then?
All right.
Okay, here we go. And now let's share out that image. For those of you who have let me say that again. For those of you that have just joined us, please take a look at the Verbling chat to the right of the screen. What I'm doing is I'm pasting adjectives in there. I challenge you to use as many descriptive words or adjectives to describe the image that I put up there. I want you to listen to other students as they take their turn and try to identify the different adjectives and think of what it is you might use to describe them. So let me grab some more adjectives here. I gave you guys a bunch of adjectives that start with S. Now let's try a few with B. Not all of these will work, but I challenge you to at least try to find one. So here we go. Alexander, please go ahead, describe this image.
All right, so here is a picture of two racing cars, and it looks like some kind of race track, and there are two luxury cars. One of them is blue, and another one is red. And looks like that it's just the online game, and on the top of the cars we can see the people who probably is driving these cars. At the top of the picture we can see the blue sky, the clear sky.
Let me stop you there.
All right.
Right. So a couple of things you described. You started off by saying two racing cars. So what's the adjective there?
Two racing.
Yeah, it's cars, right? That's what it is. It's a car. Or we have cars, two of them. Very simple. If you were blind, you would know nothing about what type of cars these are. Now you know racing cars. Okay, so you know a little bit more. You then said blue. Well, we could have said blue racing car and a red racing car. Right? You can use multiple adjectives to describe an object at once. Think of a novel in your own language. When you're reading it, they add more and more descriptive elements. Okay, and
all right, got it.
And you said blue sky. I would say a clear blue sky.
And then I kind of made an say. I recreated my sentence. I thought I said about a clear sky.
You did. What I want to sort of give you an idea, and I'll go on to our next student here shortly, but looking at that sky one more time, if I was very descriptive, I might say, beautiful clear blue sky with thin whiffs of clouds.
Yeah,
that's probably
sounds better.
Pushing. Yeah, it's pushing it a bit, but Alexander, thank you very much. Now, still in Russia, we're going to talk to Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. It's been a while.
Hi. Yes, it has. I'm glad you're back.
I am back. As I was telling other students, because I haven't been around in a while, I've got to get time slots. So as soon as I'm done with class, I'll see if I can't find a few more time slots. But over this month, look for me more often. I'm back.
Good.
Well, Alexandra, too bad you didn't join me right at the beginning. We spent a lot of time doing introductions. Maybe at the end of class I can take a few minutes. But what we're doing is we're using adjectives to create sentences that are very, very descriptive. As you can see right now, I've got the one image up of these two cars. Would you like to work with this image, or shall I get you a different image to describe?
I'm I'm bad at cars.
Okay.
Better change the image.
Well, you know, let's see what I can come up with.
Okay.
This one here? No, I'll save that one for Raphael. This one here. Yes, I think we might be able to do something with this. If you don't like cars, you might have something in common with this. But before I share it out, let's see, can I find some more adjectives? Okay, here's a few more adjectives starting with S. There we go. All right, let me share out the image. And here we go. Does this image work for you?
Well,
No
yeah.
cars.
I guess so. So adjectives.
Yeah. Now, that's a very formal way of looking at this. I always tend to look at it as being descriptive.
Being descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adjectives, it sounds almost too formal.
Okay, this image depicts, what do we have in S? Depicts strikingly cheerful women.
Ooh, very nice.
And they are holding in their hands suspiciously heavy bags. Well, they're not heavy, but I have to be creative, right? So suspiciously heavy.
I think they're suspiciously happy.
Okay. They are holding suspiciously light bags.
Suspiciously light.
Yeah.
Bags.
Maybe they are just on their way to the mall. So that's why they are empty for now. But I think that these girls, they don't like being in a sulky mood, and they are very there's actually there is even no any subtle difference between the bags, because they're all colorful and spacious, big. And I think that these girls are very steady, maybe.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe they are, judging by the number of bags, we can come up with the conclusion that they are steady in their urge to buy a lot of things.
They could be. I think that's the case. So great job here. I'm sorry if there's a few mistakes in some of the sentences, but I'm typing as I'm hearing it, so please don't be offended. Like there does not have a T capital H. That's a typo on my part. Let me take a look at this image and see what I can do. You haven't left me much, but we can see here we have 4 youthful looking women with 2 younger than the other 2, that could be their mothers, holding multiple bags of various colors, shapes, and sizes, filled with what we can only imagine might be various different articles of clothing, shoes, treats, or other unmentionables. Maybe they're presents or gifts, but clearly they're way too happy to be actually shopping. This must obviously be a well choreographed photo shoot. Sorry, I went a little crazy there, but Alexandra, you really went to town. Great job on your use of adjectives.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jose.
Hi.
Hi. I'm going to see if I can come up with a different image for you. Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. You're lucky. You are the first person who gets an image of a single person whose face tells a big story, a very good face to describe. Let me just see if I can grab some words here. Let's see. Okay, just a few here. I want to get some G words. Let's see. Okay, now I got to share out the image. So Jose, as soon as you see the image, please go ahead. Take your time.
This is the image?
Yes, it is.
It is the image? Okay. I
Yes, it
see, yes. I see a couple of people. The man is very happy. The woman too. The man has short hair, and the woman long hair. I think that they are married, possibly. I think that the man is a generous man. Possibly it is a clever man too. The woman is a clever woman.
Okay, good. Let me stop you there.
Yes.
So first, you see people. You see a crowd of people. I might even say you see a crowd. I see a crowd of well-dressed people. Okay.
I see a crowd of well-dressed people. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
The man has short hair while the woman has long hair. Short, long. Yes. Very effective descriptive words. I think they are married. Okay. You then get on to say, I think the man is a generous man, a clever man also. The woman is also clever.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Excellent. I don't want to let this image go. Does anybody know who this person is or what TV show this is from? I don't want you to give out the answer, but just let me know if you know. Oh,
Kevin Spacey.
You've already had a turn. Alexandra. Who said that? Who said Kevin Spacey?
I think Alexandra said Kevin Spacey, and I said The House of Cards.
Okay, so well, you've already had a turn, so I got to go on. It's about half past class, so we've still got a lot of students. So, Nacho.
Yep.
Can you describe what you see in this image? Now,
okay.
Sorry, somebody just texted me and it distracted me. I don't want you to use the same words that Jose did. So, are you ready for a challenge?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, good, good.
Well, this man is in his 50s. He has a very deep wrinkle on his right cheek. He has a slight smile. he's looking at his right as he was suspicious of something. What else? He has a very bushed eyebrows.
Okay.
And some white hair on his I can't remember this word, on his side.
I'll give you a hint in French. À la tête. That helps.
Yeah, I mean the hair you have around your ears. I can't remember this
Oh,
part of
sideburns.
Yeah, that's it. And I think more or less.
Okay, good. Let me go over what you said. This man is in his 50s with deep wrinkles on his right cheek. He has a slight smile. No, I wouldn't say smile is the best word. Now, I have two of you go at this, and I know Alexandra and Alexander are probably just biting their tongues going, oh, oh, because they know. This, let me describe it further with some adjectives and talk about where this is from and the person. Just listen to what I'm saying here. Kevin Spacey plays an actor, the President of the United States, in this image, which is from the TV show House of Cards. We can say that he is certainly looking suspiciously at us. It's a tell. He knows we know. But a smile, I'd say more a smirk.
Yeah.
A wincing nod that he knows that we know, and that we should stay tuned because he has something to tell us. In the House of Cards, the president, in this case, is a very scheming, underhanded person who will stop at nothing to maintain and keep power. He has killed people. He has taken advantage, and he manipulates people. But Nacho, very well done. I like the way you started off describing his age, deep wrinkles. I love that. It's really well done. And he is looking suspiciously at us. He does have bushy eyebrows and some white hairs on his head, but you obviously meant sideburns. So bushy eyebrows is how we would say that. Thank you, Nacho.
Thank you.
Right. Raphael, sir, how are you, buddy?
Hello, I'm okay.
Good. I said I had an image that I was saving for you.
Why?
You'll understand when I show it to you.
Okay.
Before though, let me see. I saw two people have left me some. Oh, that's okay. So that's. Let me get back to the chat here. Where is it? I moved away. There it is. A Verbling chat. Okay. Let me just throw out some more adjectives. Here's a few words. Oh. All right, and now for the image. Here we go. Raphael. Have I picked too easy an image?
We see a lot of people, maybe celebrating something. There's
kind
a
of
huge
people?
crowds. People, normal people, average people, public, crowds. I don't know exactly. Fans.
I'm gonna ask you a few pointed questions because, and I'm not picking on Raphael, folks. I've had Raphael for a while, and I want to challenge him even further. He's very much an advanced student, like some others in this class. Now, if I look at this picture, you know what? I'm not buying it. These are not average people. Average people don't paint their faces. What else could we use to describe these people, Raphael?
Well, using these words, I believe they are excited about something. They are happy. We can see a sign of happiness on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. They are. Let me see. What else?
Well, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Okay.
Is this a very dull, boring, or monochrome image?
No. These are very colorful. We can see a lot of different colors. People, because I don't know. This is an inviting scene. This is an inviting image. I believe someone who doesn't or not used with this environment maybe might understand as an inviting image, an image who shows us how can I say, I don't know, bring us good bring good thoughts to our mind, to lead us to a good impression. I don't know, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have too much to say about this image. Sorry.
I'm going to ask you one more question. You said these were excited and happy people. If I was from Argentina, would I describe the image the same way?
Probably not.
Why not? Describe why.
Because we are rivals in almost everything. We have some kind of rivalry, and well, in some matches they don't like us, and so do we. So that's why I think they have a little envy of us, and so
Could be.
Could be.
Well, let me say that I think you've left some key things out here, and that's because you're seeing it through the eyes of a Brazilian, but we have a crowd of very happy people painted in the colors of their country, excited and exuberant of what could only be related to a sporting event, most likely football. The hallowed sport. To some, a sport, to some, a most revered religion. Or I could be wrong, it could be about the Olympics, but I'm sensing it's about football. Thank you, Raphael.
Thank you.
Hello, Shane.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, Simon. Thanks. How are you?
Not too bad, sir. Where are you from? Tell us something about
I'm
yourself.
from the Philippines. I currently living in Australia, and I want to improve my English because my English is not that too good.
Well, I think your English is actually very good, and this is actually a great class to help you. Your accent is very mild. You seem to be able to put sentences together quite easily. So don't be so modest. You're doing quite well.
Thank you.
Australia. What part of Australia?
Melbourne.
That's in the south, is it not?
It's near New South Wales or in
Okay.
Sydney, but I'm not.
Oh yes, very nice. So it's not as hot as the north. So cooler than the Philippines.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I love temperate climates. I lived in New Zealand and many other countries, and I find that this country, Canada, and I probably would have some of you at least agree that Russia is also too cold as well. Winters last 6 months and summer 2.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
But
All
it's
right,
too
Shane.
hot
Well,
here
I've got
in
it.
summer.
Yeah. Well, let's
Yeah.
go over your image here. Tell me, describe what you see with as many descriptive words as you can muster.
Yeah. Start now?
Yes, please.
Okay. In this image, I see students in a class, and they wearing uniforms. Some of them are just wearing tie and long sleeves, and some of them are wearing coat. They raising their hand. Probably the teacher is asking some questions. I mean, and some of them are thinking carefully what might be the answer to the questions. And the students are some of the students are very enthusiastic to answer the questions because they already raising their hands. But some of them are a bit like they feel like bored because they probably don't know the answer. Some of them are still writing, and yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, well, I wrote very fast there because you gave me a lot. And yep, that's how we spell questions. There's a couple of mistakes there, but those are my mistakes. So yes,
Yeah.
we see a classroom full of students. Okay, and as you said, they are raising their hands because the teacher is asking questions. Some are pondering the answer, thinking carefully, while others are exuberant in their, "Oh, teacher, I know." Others, well, they're bored. They'd rather be doing something else. Others do not know the answer. Okay, and I made a mistake there. That's really messy, but good. I might describe it a little further. So here's a few sentences I might add. We see a classroom of high school students, a well-lit classroom, oddly beige or pink painted walls with large windows overlooking a courtyard with trees. This structure appears to be several hundred years old, as we can see out through the windows of the adjacent building. Perhaps it's in England. Perhaps it's in Australia. I would suggest England. Well done, Shane. Very good.
Thank you. How can I ask just one question?
Go ahead.
What do you mean by adjacent? You're referring to a building.
Okay, very good. I don't want to answer yet. I want to see if somebody else would like to answer that question. What is the word? What do we mean when we say adjacent? It's a fancy word for a very simple word. Okay, if you're going to be shy, I'm going to pick on you guys. Adela, what does the word adjacent mean?
I don't know.
Don't
Sorry.
know. Fair answer. That's okay. Alexander, do you know?
Well, no, honestly, I never heard that.
Okay, I'll ask one more student, and then I'll give the answer. Alexandra, do you know what the word adjacent means?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Awesome. Well, this is great. We're all going to learn a new word then. Adjacent, it's what we call a big word, but it's not so big that people don't know what it means. In English, pretty well everybody knows what adjacent means. It's not like the word onomatopoeia. Very few people know that. Adjacent means next to. So, well, let me see if I can show you a picture here. So these houses are adjacent to each other. They're next to. Okay. The dictionary says adjacent is next to or adjoining something else. So as you saw those houses, they were not only next to each other, but they were joining. They don't have to be joining, but adjacent just means it's right there, it's close. Okay. Are there any other questions about vocabulary that I've used today? We've used a lot of adjectives. Raphael, are there any words here that you learned today or you have any questions about?
A lot of them, but I don't think we have enough time to go all of them.
Well, maybe we can start with one. Let me turn the light on while you're thinking, because it's a little, as you can tell here where I live, it's starting to get a little dark. The sun hasn't set yet, but yeah, maybe I'll give you guys a little tour, show you what it's like outside here. Raphael, have you thought of a word?
Glutinous. I don't know. I never heard it before.
Let me hear it again. I'm not sure I'm hearing correctly.
Glutinous.
Goodness?
Glutinous. Glutinous. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it.
Can you spell it?
Glutinous.
Glutinous.
Yes.
Do we use that word in class?
That's one of the words you put in the chat box.
Ah, I see. I didn't realize I put that word there. But glutinous, yes. Well, let's sound it out. Glue, right? Now, this doesn't always work with words, but glue, it already kind of gets you the feeling it's kind of sticky, right? Glutinous. Not to be confused with gluten, which is a additive or food. Glutinous is like a glue. Okay, it's sticky. So rice, for example, can be rather glutinous, sticky, right? If you put it on your hands, some of them stick to you. Honey is very glutinous. Sugar also. Great word. All right, now let's see. I'm going to show you guys something. Let's see. Jose. Just show you what it looks outside, Jose.
Yes.
I'm going to show you. This is my backyard. It's a tiny little backyard, but you can see all that wonderful.
I see a lot of snow, no?
Yes, that's a lot of snow. And I'm going to show you a short little video, and then I'll challenge you to come up with some descriptive sentences on the fly. So let's see, here we go here. Is that right?
It is snowing.
Yes. Describe it more. Give me more.
On the land is covered to the snow. I see a lot of snow.
Covered in snow. Okay, what is covered in snow? Shane, what do we see here that is covered in snow? What's a word to describe that now? It's covered in snow.
Probably the ground.
Ground,
The
sure.
ground is covered by heaps of snow.
Heaps of snow, very good. Alexandra, what's another word that we would use for describing ground? I'm losing my. Let's try that again. What's another word that we could use, or is a synonym of ground? There we go. Alexandra, ground.
The land? Well,
Surface.
Surface. Yeah, the surface is covered. It's a very formal way. We might use that to describe an area we're not familiar with, like Mars. The surface is covered because we're only seeing a very small amount of it. We can't see in detail. But ground. What's our planet called?
Soil.
Earth.
Earth. Yeah, Earth. This is our planet, and this is ground. The Earth is covered in a thick blanket of white, fluffy snow. No, that's not true.
Land has the same meaning? Or?
Land? Yes. So they all kind of mean the same thing, but not really. So the land, the surface, the ground, the earth really do describe the same thing. However, the context is different. This is my land, my property.
Okay.
Describing a portion of the ground.
Yes. Yeah, okay, a portion of the ground. Okay.
My land can also mean my country.
Okay, a property.
Yeah, my land. It's a very personal thing.
Yes, my land. Okay.
The earth can mean soil. Quite often, earth and soil are the same thing, and to give you guys an idea, heard the word terra or terra firma? I think terra firma is Latin for ground. Terra means earth. I'm going to take it one step further. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. I think even in English, people don't think about it because we don't think of ourselves on a planet isolated from others. But if we were describing the people of Earth, okay, look at that, people of Earth. It'd be like saying the people of Russia or the people of Canada. Nobody says that. We say Canadians or Russians. So what word would we use to describe the people of Earth? Who would like to throw out a word?
Human.
Humans?
Population?
Population, I'm thinking more of like you wouldn't describe the people in Russia as a population, you'd describe them as Russians, and there's a word for that, but I'm not going to get too deep into the grammar.
Mankind?
Mankind, inhabitants, close. Let's look. Has anybody ever heard the word earthlings?
No.
Yes.
You have, okay. So earthlings is a term sometimes we hear in science fiction referring to the people of Earth. It doesn't sound very, how shall we say, well, it sounds very cute, doesn't it? Like if we look at Alexander's avatar here, look at that earthling. That's cute. Here's another word we very rarely hear used to describe the people of Earth, Terrans. Terra, or earth. And this goes back to the Greek, so we're talking about going back thousands of years in civilization. It's not a Canadian word, an American word, a British word, a Spanish or French word, or a Russian word. It kind of predates a lot of that civilization. So a lot of us, when we describe the planet, and if you go back in time, it's using some form of earth or terra. So, earthling or terran. Or
Excuse
humans,
me.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask a question? I just want to know if Earthlings is possible to use in writing?
Depends
It's
on
like
what you're
doing an
writing.
essay.
Well, it would
Like doing an
depend.
essay.
Describing what for what purpose?
For example, Earthling should, um, you know, should be, how to say, should be aware that global warming is the main problem. Is it possible or no? How to use Earthlings
No,
in a
I wouldn't use
better
it
way?
that way. It's not right. It wouldn't work. In science fiction, you can get away with it, but in an academic, just talking about global warming, no. In global warming, we hear the word humans used a lot. What's the phrase they use? Human-induced global warming, meaning it's caused through global warming rather than natural events. So in global warming, pretty well, the science is there, it's happening. No one's really saying, no one who's educated is saying it isn't happening. The discussion becomes, is it human-induced or is it naturally occurring as part of a cycle? That's really where the discussion is today. 20 years ago it was, is it human and is the Earth warming or not? Now, not so much. It's pretty well, is it human-induced or not? So in that case, we might say the population, everyone, people, and feel free to use them all, like humans.
Yeah. Thank you.
People. You're welcome. Okay, guys, we're getting down to about 5 minutes left. Like I said, it's been about almost a year since I've been able to teach here. I guess it's more like 8 months. I'm going to start teaching more. This is the only class that I have scheduled right now, and I'm going to talk to the guys and say, look, let's put me on for a few more classes because, especially for this month, I have a lot of free time. Keep an eye out for me. I'm so happy to see a lot of you guys who were taking my class before. What I would like to know, though, I picked this class because I know there's a great need to practice speaking. And I know one of you said you like debate classes. What classes do you find are the most beneficial? Do you enjoy grammar classes? Let's start with you, Raphael. What do you enjoy most? What type of classes?
I'm not a big fan of grammar classes because I like to study grammar on my own, but I don't know, it's important for us. So, but I'd rather debate classes instead. But there's no problem for me for schedule some classes.
I used to do academic English a lot, where we'd take about 15 or 20 minutes, maybe half the class, and we read an article in a newspaper together. I would help you with pronunciation. Then we would have an open discussion about that. Is that a class you enjoy?
Yes, yes.
What about you, Alexandra? Do you enjoy that kind of class?
Me?
Sure.
Yes, for sure. It
Okay.
was great, and I'm happy that I could attend that.
I like teaching the grammar classes, but I found that with certainly most of the advanced students is you're tired of grammar. You really want there's more of a frustration that you want to be eloquent, you want to be able to use adjectives, you want to speak like a native speaker, like you do in your own language, which is why I tend to focus more on classes where you have more time to speak and less of me speaking.
It's better. I agree with you because, I think our grammar we can teach our own, but fluency it's tough to get without practice.
Yeah, and you guys certainly you're all very smart people, so that's what I'm going to do. Then I think my next class that I'm able to book, I'll do academic English, and I'll provide a really good description behind it, so there's no mystery behind the class. The only thing I may not put in there is what subject we'll cover. It really kind of depends on the news that's coming out during the day. So for example, let's say Russia or China sent a man into the moon. Well, you know, that's obviously what everybody's talking about, so we'll incorporate that into the lesson. Because I would like to use worldwide stories that you may have already have talked about in your native tongue, and now you're going to talk about it in English. Terrific. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, because there's a lot of open spots for classes, but I just don't have the, they're not letting me book them. I can book like one a week, which is ridiculous, so I've got to reach out and talk to them. All right, guys, 1 minute to go. Any last questions?
No.
No?
I think that the best way to improve your English is talk, 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 talk.
Yes, I agree. I think talking is an excellent way. You guys can really take advantage of the classes that are offered here. But as I teach a lot of my private students, you guys can really benefit a lot from documentaries that are found on YouTube. Documentaries are so much better than movies because movies, well, there's a lot of slang, there's a lot of different dialects and accents, so it's much harder.
The vocabulary is more difficult.
No, and it's not difficult. Whereas if you deal with documentaries, it's
has
more
a lot of slangs, the films.
Yeah. So from Europe, we've got BBC Horizon. In the US, we have from the PBS, we have a show called Nova, and no, it doesn't mean no go, but I know if you're Spanish, Nova means it doesn't go. It's not what it means in English. In fact, Nova is like a celestial explosion. And a supernova is when a star explodes, a big star. It's bad if it's close by. If it was our star, we wouldn't have a tomorrow. They're that bad. But guys, I've already gone a minute over. I don't like to go too long because I keep you late from your next class. Thank you so much for spending an hour with me here today. I look forward to seeing you guys again.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, guys.